Assalamualaikum and very good evening to everyone. We are LAX 2049 group 42 and today we are going to have a discussion number 2. So before we start, I would like to introduce myself. Amir Aimanul Hakim bin Muhammad alias. My metric number is 192527 and other members.
Okay, Assalamualaikum and hi. My name is Ahmad Safiuddin bin Saharuddin and my metric number is 193045.
My name is Syed Amirul Arif Al Idris bin Syed Bushra Al Idris. My matrix number is 202407.
Alright, my name is Muhammad Amin Mustaqim bin Bakri and my metric number is 202334.
My name is Muhammad Aiman bin Muhammad Saleh. My metric number is 203802.
My name is Nur Azia binti Muhammad Fuzi. My metric number is 193511.
Hi, my name is Sarah Nadia and my metric number 193628.
Hi, my name is Ratna Fatina binti Muhammad Basri, metric number 194408.
Okay. So for the start, we will discuss about our topic today, which is food, about food. For our newspaper, the Weekly Tribune. So today's, I would like to invite Ahmad Safiuddin first to talk about the article.
Alright, thank you, Amir. This article, I found it with Amir. The title is The Tasty of 28 Years Old Recipe of Nasi Kerabu. Yeah. I think everyone like nasi kerabu, right?
Yes.
Absolutely.
This article has been listed in 12 May 2020 in Berita Harian newspaper. The author was Nur Amalina. Okay, this article is about a food entrepreneur, Azmalinda Wan Azmi, or as known as Kak Linda, 37 years old, using her mother original recipe of nasi kerabu that we use since 1992. Okay, Linda has been selling her nasi kerabu from 2010 until now at Pasir Hall, Kota Baru. With 7 choice of side dish to preparing 7 choice of side dish to enhance this nasi kerabu. Kak Linda has made a lot of customer become addicted to this nasi kerabu. Next, I give to Amir to continue.
Okay, thank you, Ahmad. So I will continue about the article. Okay, it says that Azmalinda or Kak Linda works as a caterer. Says that this famous nasi kerabu always got a lot of demand, especially during Ramadan. Yes, just like Ahmad said, she has been used the recipe, which is originated from her mother, that have been used since 1992. That's a very long time, which is 28 years old already. So what's make this nasi kerabu so special is she used all the fresh ingredient and cook them in traditional way, and accordingly follow the recipe to keep the customers coming and eat nasi kerabu, or known before as nasi kerabu Pagazain, and now which is officially changed again their name as a nasi kerabu cita rasa Linda Catering. She provide 7 different side meal, which are salted egg, spices chicken, fried chicken, grilled lamb, grilled chicken, and many more delicious side meal with 3 variation of nasi kerabu that can be differentiated by its colors such as blue, yellow, and natural, which is white, to fulfill all the customer requirement. So the last thing, the owner or Kak Linda said, for me, nasi kerabu is not just a meal, a regular meal, but a symbol to show our culture that has been carried on 100 years. That's why we keep continuing to keep the original recipe for us to feel and taste the delicious original nasi kerabu, she said. So that's the end of the article. Anybody have question?
I think it's a very interesting article to put in our newspaper. That's very cool. About Kak Linda, right?
Yes. Why do you think this is so interesting article?
I think it's very interesting because it's related to our community in general because like you say it is like our one of our Malaysian delicacies. So it's very important for us Malaysians to know this type of food. So to be put in our newspaper, it will be very good for the readers. I think that's why it's very interesting.
Yeah,
So
I agree with you.
Yeah, thank you. So any of you have other articles or news that can be put in our food section for our newspaper that you would like to suggest?
Okay, I would like to suggest news, but not basically a type of food, but most importantly, the importance of food. This is an article written by Hannah Richardson from BBC. As we all know, BBC News is a credible news source. It's about a food plan in England, which is uh, being spearheaded by a certain footballer, which is Marcus Rashford. This is nothing to do with sports, but most importantly, on the importance of food itself. And in their food plan, which is to give school children and underprivileged children in the UK to have free meals every year, so that no child in the UK would go hungry, or that they would not afford to have any food. So this plan is being backed up by their current government, which is going to cost them around 400 million pounds per year. But I feel like this is a very important article that helps stress on the importance of food for each and every individual. As one, we may not all be so lucky as to have food on our table. Like for us, Alhamdulillah, we may have every day we have food on our table to eat, right? But for some people, they might not have the privilege to have food every day. And with this being implemented, now most kids in the UK may not be all for right now, but it's a good uh, first step for a positive direction, which is to have free foods for every child in the UK. And this article helps to spread this message about how food is important for everybody. That is all from this article. It goes longer, but I feel like the main message is that we should implement this plan.
I can see it. That's very cool, very good also.
I think what said just now is very good because Malaysia can actually use that as a reference to maybe conduct the same thing or almost the same thing as that, and we can reduce the number of people who are not privileged enough to have food on their table.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, I also think that those stories should be included in the food section for our weekly tribune. To increase the to a charity. Yeah.
Okay, I also make a wish of things that we can put in our food section. which is it's not like a very serious kind of news. It's like most weird things people eat around the world, and it was written by Lauren in 2012 from ABC News. And the news started with how Barack Obama spent his life during his childhood eating dogs, snakes, and grasshoppers. And then it continues with giving us things that people eat around the world, which are horse and llama, snake, cat and dog, turtle and alligator, tarantula, and more larvae. I think I'm going to just go very quickly. The first thing that I think is very weird that people eat is tarantula. If I'm not mistaken, tarantula is like a kind of insects or spiders, right?
Yeah,
Spider. Yes.
yeah, technically.
Yeah. So they eat tarantula. They find out that the legs are very crispy and the head of the tarantula is meaty for people in Cambodia. For people in Cambodia, is it? And then some people also eat moth larvae, which is in Australian people. They find that the moth larvae has a similar taste to an almond. And sometimes they fried it to make it more crispy, like the chokoja. And then also people eat
Aduh.
people eat cat and dog. I think this is mostly people already know that some people eat cat and dog. Also people eat alligator and turtle. And but the way they serve the turtle is like they put the turtle on the table without the what do you call that, head, without the head and the toenails. There's also a few, but yeah.
That is
Sorry.
interesting.
Okay, that is very interesting as it shows that there are many different type of delicacies around the world. So,
Say, can I ask you a question, Say?
huh? Yes,
Uh,
yes.
why it seems like it bothers you when he said about eating turtle? Can you explain why?
Because I own a turtle.
Oh.
so so it feels very painful, you know. If people eat like cats and dogs, like mostly Malaysians likes cats, right? So to see that
Yes.
people eat cats is quite
Bizarre.
Yeah,
yeah.
it's quite disturbing.
That's gross.
But the article is still a very interesting one, so that people knows that there is people who eat this kind of foods, right? So I
Yeah.
think it's very good for our newspaper,
It-
What
right?
they call exotic. Wait,
Yes,
Yeah,
and
it's
so
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Dirty food.
Also,
very
there
exotic.
is one thing. They also eat snake. They put the snake. They make the snake as a liquor. They put fresh blood snake, mix it with wine, and that's their liquor for Chinese people.
yeah,
Wow.
I've heard about it, but the eating of tarantula is quite
extreme.
quite strange for me. I
Yeah.
wish I could taste them.
Crispy. That's
Is it
good.
for their
Yeah.
energy?
Maybe.
The
Yeah, I
one with
agree.
the one with snake and wine, is it for their energy?
They didn't tell,
Probably.
but maybe, or maybe just kind of liquid that they like to eat. Soju.
Maybe to make it different or to make it rare.
Maybe.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So
That's
anybody
pretty
else
much
have? Uh,
other articles or news that can be put in our newspaper that you would like to suggest?
is there anyone who would like to share?
Okay. I found an article about halal industry, which is by Bernama. The title is Produce More SMEs in Halal Industry, Facilitate Halal Certification. In the news, during the announcement of budget 2021 few days ago, the CEO of HDC, Halal Industry Development Corporation, has stated that the government should have provided alternative for more small and medium enterprise to get involved in halal industry and help them to get halal certification. Because in this year, 2020, from 200,000 SMEs, there are only 7,000 of them that already obtained halal certification, which is not even half of the total SMEs. And then the government and the agencies should need to provide alternative on how to acquire the halal certification with more industry friendly, because actually the process to get the halal certification is difficult, and not many people realize that how important the halal certificate, because they assume that when the product is produced by the Muslim, they assume that the product is halal. No, it doesn't mean that way. They need the halal certification to prove that their product is halal. And when the SME has obtained their halal certification, not only in local, but they can also improve their market by exporting their product to other countries, which is give them a big benefit. That's why I think this article is interesting, because it's about it is about the halal industry.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree with that. For
Yeah, I
me,
think
the halal food, which is very important for us, because in Malaysia, Muslim people is
Majority.
the
Majority.
yes, the majority, and there's also an advantage if the SME product can be exported to the overseas, then other Muslim also can consume the product. So yeah, I think that's very good to to apply the halal certificate and follow the strict rule in order to uh control the quality of the food or products.
I also think
Yeah, I
what
agree with you.
Nana said just now has a very good point, because many people, especially SMEs, don't know how to actually apply for halal. Because for you guys, for your information, halal has very critical steps, and for a company to apply it and to get a certificate from halal, they need to tick every checklist, everything. So if you
Yeah.
cannot get all the checklists corrected, so that your companies cannot be chopped as halal. Also, Malaysia is a leading country in the halal certification. So I think that is a very good news, and for us to put in our news as well.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, very good. Okay, so I think that Aiman, do you have anything to say?
Oh yes, sure. I have different articles. The article is from Free Malaysia Today. It is some type of article about some history for
Okay.
food that called laksa. Do you know laksa?
Yeah, very
Yes.
good, very good.
Of
Okay.
course.
So the
Yeah.
title
Very
of
good.
the article is Culinary Curiosity. Where did laksa come from? Okay. I know laksa doesn't come from Indonesia for sure,
Okay.
but there are many history about where the laksa originated. But it actually turned out that at the end of the article, it mentioned that it really doesn't matter at the end of the day where it's come from. It is a overall a good dish, a good delicacy to enjoy around Southeast Asia. And even fun fact that laksa was nominated at CNN list of top 10 world 50 best foods, and laksa came at number 7. I didn't know that.
top 10.
Yes,
That was
and it
interesting.
Malaysian food in the top 10. That's something that we should
yes,
be proud
and
of.
also
Achievement.
one of the important things that mentioned in this article is where the laksa word came from. It is actually came from Chinese word, which is
Oh,
la sha,
lush.
or in other word, spicy sand, which refers to the ground dried shrimp that gives the curry a sandy taste. It's very complicated, but if you eat laksa, like laksa Penang, you understand it.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yes.
overall,
Very
Isa just explains where the history of laksa came from and originated. Okay, that's all from me.
That's very interesting, as that's one of our local Malaysian delicacies, which I feel is very special to that. To have it in the top 10 foods in the world is quite interesting that could be included in our paper.
Yes.
So does anyone else have any articles, or do we go to the vote for which two articles are we going to put into our newspaper?
I suggest
Any
for the
opinion?
word.
Yeah, okay, let's vote because I feel like our time is running
Yeah.
out.
We vote because
Okay,
now I'm
so
feeling hungry.
yeah, we've been talking about food a lot. Okay, so we have 5 articles, am I not mistaken? If I'm correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Amis.
I think
Okay,
so.
so let's start one by one. First, who wants to put the nasi kerabu article in our newspaper? Can raise up their, can voice out, or can raise their hands? I
Raise
think.
your
I
hand.
think that's better.
Mhm.
Okay, so
For one. Alright.
nasi kerabu, we got 1 vote. Okay, for the next one is
Alright,
the
that's all.
food plan. The food plan by Marcus Rashford. Who
Oh,
agrees with this article?
1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, 4, yeah.
Okay, so
Five,
majority this article. Okay, for the third one is the most interesting foods eaten around the world. I like this.
Which one? The exotic one?
Interesting one, right?
Exotic one.
Yes,
Exotic one. Yeah.
I like to eat snake.
I would like to try it too.
I
I do
also
like
like this
grasshopper.
article. Okay,
It's a majority, yeah, 7.
okay. Unanimous. Okay, very good. So the rest of the articles are the halal article and the LAX article. Does anyone have to voice out anyone vote for that one?
No.
Okay.
Alright, so we all can agree that
It's
we
okay.
put the exotic, right?
So the 2 articles
So,
we are putting in our newspaper are the exotic foods and
Food plan.
the food plan by Marcus Rashford. Later we will have to cite these articles again and be sure of the source so that later we can put out in our layout properly. So for our
alright.
next video discussion 3, we would like to pick out articles for the next section. Gonna use the alphabet, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think.
we'll go for health.
Okay.
Okay.
alright.
so for help.
Senior will help.
So we'll discuss the time and date on a later term. So that is all for video discussion 2. News article for food.
Okay. Thank you very much, everyone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank
Hi.
you.
Bye.
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 Yes, my
Bye.
time. Bye bye.
Okay.